boys, I just want you to know that your dad showed you what a husband and a father should be like. He was a great guy, funny, stubborn. My favorite thing is when he used to try to beat me when we were running, and I used to turn around and run backwards. But he loved you guys all. He loved you a lot, and you were his whole world. All of you, Katie, and all of you boys. We'll miss him, but he will always be with us.
Layla's favorite Uncle Joe memory was when he was hiding underneath the couch to scare her on Christmas night. He gave you a lot of wet willies, didn't he? Oh, and no, don't give it to me. And my favorite Uncle Joe memory is honestly the whole trip to Cancun. He had such a good time.
Hey, Joe. So, you were a really nice neighbor, so I'm glad I got to meet you there. And your family. Beautiful life. Beautiful energy you guys gave off. It was so much fun. And I still remember that day. I got Tesla, and you said I could take it out for a test drive. And we were going down the road, and I'm taking it easy because when I don't know the car so well, it's after it's a brand new Tesla. Then I'm driving along, and all of a sudden you turn to me and you go, I thought you'd go faster. And then I did. And we had a blast. It was so much fun. And I always had fun with you, Joe. And, miss you. You're deep in my heart. Thank you.
I'm Jen.
I'm Emily.
We just want to say that we was the light of the room. He was the best person to ever have around. We absolutely love him and all of our memories we have with him. And this is Charlotte. And this is Layla. And this is come in. And this is Benedict. We love you, Uncle Joe. We love you. Alright.
I miss you, Uncle Joe.
So, what I remember most about Joe is when we would, every other weekend, I would have all of him and his sister and brother, and when they knew Nicholas knew they were going to be coming, then he would be there too. So I'd have 4 children every other weekend. So my husband, whom they all call Bumper, decided at least once a year we would take all the grandkids camping, no parents allowed, so they could do exactly what they wanted to do. And one time we went to Storyland, and from there we went to Six Gun City, and Josh got lost, blamed it all on his brother. And then we went to a campground, and they played and played and played until 10 o'clock at night, and we had to rein them in. But we used to have so much fun going camping and being with those kids every other weekend, and they could swim until, I told them 12 o'clock is the limit. You can't call me out of bed after 12 o'clock, because they would swim until 12 o'clock. So those are some of the happy times I remember with Joe and his sister, Tabitha, and Josh, and Nicholas, of course, because he always had to be there.
Just waiting for it to come out and not
So, Joe hired me to work for Finkelstein. I was there 10 years and some change. Wanted to leave a couple of times and he talked me out of it. Finally wasn't able to, but Joe was one of the big reasons that I stayed as long as I did. He's a big personality, and I'm going to miss him a lot. I told him that when I left, that I was going to miss him a lot. I didn't realize how much. Started 2020, everybody went remote. except us in the office. We were still there every day, and Joe would stop in and visit, see how things were going, check in on us, put his 2 cents in about how we could do better, because that was how he was. He always was striving for better. But the thing that stands out to me the most about Joe, and cover your ears for this part, kids, but when he was ready to leave, he'd always come into the office and he'd say, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to go see my wife and kids." And that was what he always looked forward to most, was going home to see his family, be with you guys. So here's to Joe, here's to you. You're very lucky to have known him for as long as you did.
Hi, we're Don and Darcy Fauché, and we wanted to just leave a video here for Katie and the boys. Joe's first job when he got out of the service was working for me, and so I knew him when he was 18 or 19 years old. He babysat our boys, although he told them his name was Jack and not Joe. So for the next 10 years, they actually thought his name was Jack. But just a couple of things about your husband and your dad. Yeah, he was really, really competitive. He had challenged me to run against him in a 5K race, and he had never run more than a half a mile in his life. So we got to the starting line, and he showed up in a t-shirt, gym shorts, and a pair of black Chuck Taylor sneakers. And so I finished the race, and I had done a lot of running, so I finished the race, and I stood at the finish line. I didn't see him, so I got worried about him. So I ran the race backwards to go out and find him, and when I found him, he was throwing up in a trash can at about mile 1.5. And I said, "Hey, look, let's just walk back." And he said, "No, I'm going to run back. I may have to stop a few times." So I got back, we crossed the finish line. He said his feet hurt, so we took off his Chuck Taylors, and he had blisters all over his feet. His socks were soaked red with blood. That's how competitive it was. And as far as somebody that liked to have fun, that was your husband, that was your dad. Did a bunch of things at our warehouse where he was absolutely fearless. Somebody would challenge him to do something, and if everybody threw a buck in the pot, then he'd do it. He put 6 staples in his rear end on one occasion. He ran the parking lot while somebody else tried to shoot him in the ass with a BB gun. He ate a June bug. He drank his own tobacco chew. Anything and everything to make people smile, to make people laugh. And we knew right away that he was going to be something special. It was an absolute pleasure knowing him. I'll think of him often. He's a man that, as a husband, you can be really proud of, and as a dad, you can be equally proud of. Here's to Joe.
Here's to Joe. Hi, Katie. Hi, guys. Katie, so I already told you, the memory that I have with Joe and with Ari at the Evolution anniversary with the dunk tank. But I love it. I'm so glad I've got those pictures because it just really describes the relationship that he had with her, which was so hysterical to watch. He would pick on you all the time. Do you remember all the time? Like, he would just give you a hard time and you would get so mad. But then she would give it right back to him and he would laugh and laugh and laugh. You know, the way that he would just hang out with her in the bleachers while we were wrestling. It just put my mind at ease and put my heart at ease knowing that she was safe, number one, while we were on the mats, and he was just entertaining her. It was great. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for the friendship that we formed and the relationship that me and Ari had together. It was pretty special. We miss him. And we'll keep his memories close, and we'll keep smiling and laughing, and I'll pick on Ari for him and piss her off. Sound good? Alright. We love you.
There we go.
can say hi to Joe right there. Say hi, Joe. I know you haven't met me yet. My name is Floriana, and I'm a year old. And buddy, I know it's been a second since I've seen you. Oh, and I know we mainly played in the gym and not really hang out outside of that. You know, every time we interacted, we were a stand-up guy. Oh, baby girl. I want to speak to Joe, baby. And I really hope I'll see you again soon. And I know you're better off. And you're keeping a good spot for the rest of us up there. Bye, Joe.
Like rock out.
Hey, I'm Jake. Just wanted to say hello and a few things about Joe. One thing I know for sure is that he was very, very proud of his sons. He loved Katie very much. We all know he was a great guy. Single-handedly the best boss I've ever had in my entire life. He taught me a lot, pushed me out of my comfort zone to do things that I wouldn't have done otherwise. You know, and he did it all with a lot of eloquence and a lot of compassion, a lot of kindness. Through it all, you know, starting as my supervisor, ended up being who I consider to be one of my favorite people ever, a great friend, just a very remarkable guy on so many levels. Thank you guys for having this, for hosting this. This is a great way to remember a guy that was pretty incredible. I'm sorry for your loss. I wish you guys the very best. We loved your father, your husband very much. Thank you for this. Thank you for the opportunity to be here, you know, to meet a lot of the people that you touched through the years. Thank you. Nothing but gratitude for this. Take care. Hope you guys are
This is mostly for you three boys. I think Evan remembers me. I don't know if the rest of you do. The last time I saw you much younger, you were at Aunt Nicole's house with Joe and Katie. But I remember you, and I thought you guys were also great. And I definitely saw the pride that Joe had in all three of you, and how important it was for him to be a great father. I also saw the love he had for Katie. And my connection to Joe, by the way, happens to be when he was working at Max Finkelstein. I own a Heidi's Brooklyn Deli, so we used to bring food over there to them. Aunt Crystal used to order, and I'd bring a whole bunch of food, and once we made a mistake, and Joe had to tease us about it and say to please leave the maxi pad out of the salad next time, because apparently a piece of paper was in the salad we sent him the last time. That was the beginning of our joking relationship, all based on him ordering lunch from my restaurant. And then Aunt Nicole and I are very good friends, and she introduced me to Joe because she was helping us both train. And then of course I met Katie, and then I met Katie with Evan in the belly, and just watched the beautiful family grow. And got to spend a week in Cancun almost every June, which was great. All again because of the hard work and love and generosity that your dad had made it able for him to share that with so many people. And then I just shared with Evan today, but you boys may not know this, that a long time ago we had a backyard barbecue that your dad came to. And you do know your dad, so we always imbibed a little bit and some spirit. Somewhere in the course of the day, we were joking around. There were some dead June bugs in the backyard. And by the end of the afternoon, I dared him to eat a June bug. He took it from my hand, popped it in his mouth, chewed it up, and swallowed it. Evan just told me props to Dad, which I thought that was pretty cool. So I just wanted to tell you, he was a lot of fun. He was a good jokester. I loved his competitive nature, and we did that when we were kind of training. But we both kind of had the same demons and things that would set us back and make things more challenging. But Aunt Nicole, she just kept having faith in us. But I just want you to know what a great dad you have, and I think it might have been your uncle who spoke today and just said, live like Joe, love like Joe, laugh like Joe. Man, those are some words that I am really going to live by, but I hope that the years that you had with him just set you up for so much joy and happiness in the rest of your life. You are very fortunate, and I am also sorry for the loss, because who knows how many more memories you would have made with him. Bye-bye.
First, I want to talk about Joe. I just love how much fun we had camping. It was the best time. And every time you guys came, we were thrilled because we loved camping with you guys. And Joe, you had such a tremendous love of running around barefoot all the time. You loved being in your bare feet in the morning. You loved being in your bare feet at night. And I just thought, I wish I could do that, because I just can't be barefooted. I always had such tender feet, but I just envied your toughness. And you sure showed it during everything you went through. You have been, I miss you so much. And Katie, I just loved having you both with us when we go camping. That was my fondest memories, but the wedding was just a memory I'm never going to forget. Katie, you had a wonderful man, and he is going to be so missed. We love him, we miss him, and I just want you to know that we are family, and we love you. And Joe is up there waiting for you, looking for you, and you will see him again. I truly believe that. So please know that we're here. Claudette wants to say hi. Hi. Katie and Joe.
Katie and Joe
everyone.
and everybody.
Yeah, she just wanted to be in on it. So, Katie, you know we're here. If you need anything, we love you. We love you. And Joe, we miss him terribly. Yeah. And he's with us. He's a miss because his presence was so there. Yeah. And we did love his presence. But it's not the end for you. No. And when it does happen, he's going to be there waiting for you.
And I'm a good resource. I've been through it, honey. So anytime you want to call me. Okay? And I really, really mean that. 212-6721. I'm right there. Okay?
There you go. All right, love Katie. We'll keep in touch. And Joe, we love you.
Joe, I'm going to miss you, man. I know we work together, but you're a friend, and I love you. I wish you were still around. You went way too young. I'm going to love my family more and enjoy every day of my life a little bit better. You're a great father, great husband. I'm going to miss you big time, bro. Good times. And I promise you, I ain't going to be no pussy.
Hi Katie, hi boys. One thing I do know about your dad and the things that we talked about over the years is life does not stop because your dad's not here, Katie and boys. Life does go on. And your dad and Joe wanted this more than anything for you guys to live, all the things he did for you in the past, and he'll always be looking down upon you to make sure you're okay. I love Joe so much. The things we talked about weren't really business, it was about life and family. Guys, if you ever need anything, okay, you do have my number. I'm always here to talk to. Take care.
Hey Joe, can't believe I'm doing this.
I was going to talk in front of everyone, but I didn't. And I met your kids, wonderful boys, and feel bad I didn't visit you. Had some anxiety myself, and it really tore me up. So like keeping in touch with you, and you knew that. You knew how I felt about you. I have some notes here. I don't view it like us even working for you, working for me, or even working together. I learned just as much from you. I always felt like I was learning from you, and you were a mentor to me. We kept each other in check at times when I was having a bad day or you were having a bad day, but you were always positive. You always made me feel secure. You wore your heart on your sleeve, and you were always really crafty, and everything you did professionally, personally, I admired how you had points to this, and you were jet mosaic with this, and you really knew how to live. And you always came up with solutions. So you walked the talk. And we shared a lot of common stuff. We were both aggressive, we were both fighters, and I really miss you, and you showed that anything's possible in business. A couple things I wanted to note. I remember Dad talking about how when he came to Lewiston, you guys went to a Mexican restaurant. He got in some wrestling match with a big local guy, and he was thankful, an arm wrestling thing, and he was thankful that you were there when he won, because I think the guy was very pissed off. So I'll always remember that story. I'll also always remember how in our business, some people thought that you having another business was a conflict of interest. And I got so afraid that they were going to let you go, and I fought for you like you were my family, and I know you know that I did, but I couldn't imagine not working with you. And I really, we were always honest, and we always had each other's back, and I felt like I could tell you anything. And we did talk about things that I wouldn't talk about with anybody else, because I trusted you. And you were like the only person in the company that I really would say how I felt, and I really appreciate that. You didn't sweat the small stuff, always easygoing. You know, when we were ordering at a restaurant, it was whatever. They brought you the wrong meal, you ate it. Whatever he's having. It just showed that you just didn't care about what didn't matter. If it was fish, salmon, steak, chicken, you didn't give a shit. You were also the best trip host on all our trips. Up with customers all night, you could talk to anybody. Ideal trip host. I wish you were coming with us this year again. Katie, thank you for the time that you allowed me to spend with Joe. Obviously, we didn't know circumstances would be like this, but I know that I spent as much time with him as you, or a little less, but the most after you, by spending all day with him. Whether good or bad, I don't know how much he complained, but it was like a second marriage in a way, even though virtual. But we spent, as you know, we spent a lot of our days together. I remember you bringing him lunch and coffee, and him always being very appreciative. I'm still getting used to the change of routine. It feels empty. We will go on. I know you would tell me to stop being a wuss, but it is different not working with you every day. And I really admired your family morals, whether you were traveling, your dinner at 5:30. I'd learned not to bother you then, and that was really important to you, and that's something I learned and adjusted my work-life balance because of you with. So I just want to say on behalf of our whole family, the Finkelstein family, we love you, we miss you. We'll always be here for Katie and your boys, not going anywhere. They're in really good hands, and like I texted you that day, I miss you and I love you, Joe. Bye.
This is hard. I don't know Joe as well as everybody else, but the impact that he's made on our lives, we will never forget him. And we strive to live life the way he did. We love you, Katie and Evan and the boys so much. We're so sorry. miss him so much. And we love and miss you guys, but we don't see you all the time. And our heart breaks every day knowing what happened.
Hi, Katie, boys. My name is Jen. I work with Joe, Dad. Heart's breaking for you guys. My husband was diagnosed with thyroid cancer a few years ago. He's one of the fortunate ones who beat his cancer. He's doing great. So my heart breaks for you guys. He was a great man. So funny. One of those people that would just crack me up in the office, and his jokes were just inappropriate and hysterical, and he was amazing. I loved him. One thing that was always obvious to me was how much he loved his family. My heart breaks because my son was the same age that Evan is right now. Thinking about you guys, he was a great man.
Hey, I'm tripping. Hey, Katie, it's Dad. I just want to tell you how much I love you. I want to tell you how much I miss Joe and how much he loved you. How much I appreciate Joe for bringing me grandsons. I wish he was around. At least I have you to love me as much as I love you. And I love you, Evan, Tyler, and Ryan. I'm just so happy to be in your lives. I love you guys.
Here we are.
It's continuously rolling.
Hi.
It's continuous.
Katie
Can you
and the
hear me?
boys.
Can you hear me?
We love you guys. We love you, Katie. We're here for you. You know that. And you heard my memories of Joe, and just such a phenomenal man. I still remember everything he's done for us, for the family, for friends, for his boys. And we're all here for you. Joe knows that. We're all here for you. Another snowy day, so there's Joe. He's here with us.
It's snowing?
It's supposed to be some snow squalls. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm wearing sandals. I don't know. I hope it doesn't snow too much.
Me too.
Hey, guys. Here I am again. I was just here a minute ago. What?
We love you guys.
We love you very much.
Joe.
Okay.
Talk to you all the time.
Yeah, we'll be here for you. Love you. Bye.
Hey, Katie, Tyler, Ryan, and Evan.
So many good things to say about your dad. I'd be in here for hours. I'll miss him very much. Katie was a great husband. And he was a great dad. I always cherish those memories. Besides, you guys.
It's me again. Here's Mick. We just wanted to say hello. We love you guys.
I love you.
Yeah, we're here for you and the boys. Anytime you need anything. Joe is watching too. We know he's here today with us, and we love him. We love you too. Take care.
I love you.
Good job. Really nice. See you soon.
All right. What was I gonna say? All right. One of my favorite memories of Joe is when I didn't really know him, and we were grappling for the first time, and I was in turtle position, and Joe went and smacked me on the ass to get my head to pop up, and he choked me out. That was hilarious. Yeah, and then when he told me he rode his pedal bike, to the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning because him and Katie went home in the same vehicle. Yeah. It's gonna be missed a lot. Joe's a great guy, very genuine. Miss you, Joe.